everyone, welcome along to the final round of the Porsche Cup from RRLeagues. We've just got about 4 minutes of practice to go, as always. We'll just leave the practice on. We've had a few buffering issues so far this evening. I've just tried to sort them out. Best do that now, Rick, rather than later. Yeah, had a few buffering issues, so we're just going to leave this on for 4 minutes until qualifying in the background. And hopefully there'll be no issue, so I'll go quiet until qualifying. So watch along, see you in a bit. So hello again, welcome along to the final round of the Porsche Cup Challenge with RRLeagues. Today from Hockenheim, 2 races as always. Final 2 races of this, what has been a fantastic series, I have to say. Only really joined the commentary, as you know, from race 3, but it's been enthralling and actually something I actually look forward to now on a Wednesday night rather than dreading. So fair play to all the drivers out there. It's been absolutely enthralling. Great watch, and the championship is up for grabs tonight. I'm going to put up, hopefully this won't freeze everything because it's been playing up in there a little bit. We'll see what we can do here. We'll give it, if it all goes blank for a second, it's just how Streamline works. There we go, that's nice and quick. So here's the championship as it stands. So Michael Kasperink, 651 points. Manojlovic just behind him on 633, and Tom Konen in third on 629. Now that doesn't tell the whole story. You'll see next to Kasperink, his first round at Imola, he missed. Now all the drivers are allowed to miss one race for personal reasons, whatever they need to do, low score. So Kasperink's already missed his race. Now you'll notice with Manojlovic and Konen, they have participated in every round so far. So they will have to drop a round, either this round, which will leave them obviously in a position where Kasperink's got free scoring today, or a previous round, which means that gap, I think Manovic's round at Galarassen will be the one he'll want to drop, where he finished actually third in that race, but that's his lowest scoring at 127. Take that off his score would mean that Kasperink only needs to score 55 points today to take the championship. Same story with Konen. His is even worse actually. I think his lowest score was 120. Was it round 4? No, so he's literally had a podium every race. So Konen's going to have to drop. Is it 135? 120, 130. No, that's round 3 and 4. My eyes can't see that. I know you'll scream at the screen, just bear with me. It would, wouldn't it? Round 3, where he scored 138 points, would be the one he'd have to drop. So it's even worse for Konen. So although it looks close at the top, Kasperink really only has to finish in the top 10 with a pole position today, which we know he's capable of to take the championship. But still, it looks close from there. Further down you'll see the AM Cup down the bottom. Ben Reynolds leading that with 278 points from Albertini on 254. But again, it's the same story down there. If you look at Ben Reynolds, he's taken part in every race so far this series. Albertini missed the last race at Knutstorp, so he's free to score full points today. Reynolds can drop his round at Imola, where he had 18 points, but you'll see that take his score back to 260. Puts him really only 6 points ahead of Albertini. So those two are going to be neck and neck fighting for the amateur championship. Neno Villi down there, you'll see he's also scored in every race. He'll drop 26 points, so he'll be on 201, so he's got an even bigger gap to climb. We've kind of got 23 drivers in the service, so not as easy as it might be to score points in previous rounds. So those guys have really got their work out. But just watch for Reynolds and Albertini. Those two really are neck and neck for the amateur championship. But yeah, up front, Kasperink currently leads, Manojlovic, Konen, but Manojlovic is taking it to him in qualifying. Here you can see 3/10 up. Let's get rid of that off the screen. 3/10 up in first 5 minutes of qualifying. He was actually quickest in practice as well, so Manojlovic has got this pretty sorted out around Hockenheim. Remodeled track back in 2000 and something. I haven't got the data up, but I do remember the old track, fantastic old track, but that's all been dug, well, all of it, most of it's been dug up now in the forest, allowed to get back to nature, and they've remodelled it to this more spectator-friendly circuit that you see here. And we'll go on with Manojlovic as he comes round to end the lap. And we'll just put the old track back up so you can see where he's going. So currently, we'll cross the start-finish straight here, start-finish line rather, start a lap, up towards Nord Curve at turn 1, fast right hander where you really need to take as much as that inside curve without hitting the sausage as possible. Almost perfect from Milanovic there. You can drift out wide there to a certain extent, just not too far. Up to turn 2 where you really need to slow down and give yourself as much chance to straight line 3 as possible. So you can see Milanovic nice and tight through there. That allows him to get 4 beans on through 3. Normally you'll see him go up through parabolic into the hairpin. We're playing on the shorter circuit today. So this will bring you out, you'll just see in a second, there's a nasty double corner in it. It takes you back onto the other track. You'll see it here. Right here, and you can't take it as one corner, really. You've got a little bit of extra space in between the 2 corners. Down towards Mercedes here at turn 6. Again, tight on that curb. Lit run out wide there. Not quite as much from the there. 7's quite difficult to take at full pace because you're going to end up drifting over to the left hand side there. Down the short straight here towards Mobile. You can see that wall really cuts in there. You've got a good chance of hitting that if you're not careful. And turn 8 Mobile 1 up to the Sachs curve. You can see it's slightly banked, so you can stay on the inside. You don't want to get too high here, otherwise it really unbalances the car. Straightens out into the stadium section here, 10, 11. And around Sudka here at 12 and 13. Very easy to drift out wide here and get caught on that sausage as you see there. And if you get on the gas just too early here, you'll drift out wide into that gravel pit there. So good luck there from Nemanja. Crosses a line with 1:36.9, just slightly slower than his best. In fact, Kasprink's just gone quicker with a 1:36.7, so in fact that last lap, yeah, 1:36.8 Nemanja's best, so only a tenth between them really. And they come up towards that little cut through here. You can see the track goes normally up towards hairpin, but they'll take this corner here. I suppose like a double apex, but it's having driven that corner in the 235i, I know it's not as easy as it looks there. Same as this one here, so easy to drift that car well out wide there. And you can see there's like a drain that goes there and it's quite banked, so it really unsettles the car. That wall's been brought in, you can see. That used to be a nice wide attack into Mobile 1. They've brought that wall right in, so you can't do that anymore. Doesn't really compromise you, but it does make you really have to be accurate through there. And this is a lovely section here, this curve. Difficult corner, but really nice. They come through the massive stadium section. There you go, that is a lap of New Hockenheim. Let's go and have a look at Kasprink. Just going through turn 1 here. That looks like Cahonen in front of him. So championship really as per current qualifying. Kasprink leads Milanovic and Cahonen and Pavlicek. Arella. Don't be surprised to see Arella and Cahonen team up again. Bit of tag teaming. Hey, Flat Cap's in the chat. Thanks for coming along, mate. I hope that knee's getting better. Martin at Kenning's normally racing knees, but suffering a bout of the old knee swelling. Can't be with us tonight, unfortunately. Good to see you along watching now, Martin. Kasprink purple through sector 1. 25 flat. First 5 drivers really been 25 flat through there. Quickest one actually was Pavlicek, 25.01. That was until Kasprink just smashed it with a 24.859. Quick through sector 2 as well. Just going to come around and finish sector 3. Best time so far is a 1:36.6. That's his own provisional pole. He's 10th up on that currently. Let's just see where this leaves him. Trying to the start finish line. Goes over 1:36.3, even quicker. pushes Milanovic almost half a second back now. So Mikhail Kasparink chucks the cars down, hands it to Milanovic. Who, to be fair to Nemanja, matches sector 1 at 24.8. So you can see this is going to be a race tonight. Well, it wasn't until Nemanja did that. So 9 minutes to go in qualifying. Chance to get out there again and do the thing. These cars are fixed setup, so there's no... They're all driving literally the same car with, to be fair, nicer paint jobs on each other. Some really nice liveries out there. But all the cars are all set up the same. The only thing they can change is the brake balance and the fuel. Front to rear brake balance and the amount of fuel. We'll all be taking the same amount of fuel. They've pretty much been driving these cars now for, what, 10 hours already so far in this series, plus qualifying, plus practice. So they'll know exactly what the fuel economy is. Obviously different for certain tracks, but they'll have an idea of what they'll need to put in. So all the hard work's already been done. It is literally just getting around the circuit in the quickest amount of time possible, as it always is, I guess. So let's go and have a look at Albertini. We saw him second so far in the AM Championship, right behind Ben Reynolds. Currently just slightly quicker than Reynolds so far. Albertini with a 138.3, Reynolds with a 138.7. So Sanox will need all that 4/10 per lap to give him enough of a margin to bring that points gap down and give him the AM Championship. Board of Albertini with a dented bonnet. And parts boys have been busy in this championship. Rear end swinging round quite often. You can see the difference between where Milanovic was taking that corner tight and giving him the drive through 3. Albertini not quite as tight through there. You really need to get as far left as you can towards those cones to give you the angle to get the car turned, rotated over, get off that AstroTurf down towards the Mercedes stand there. You can see in tight, try and carry as much speed through there as you can. You can really wing it out onto those curbs on the right hand side, over to the left, back over to the right, carry as much speed through there, keep it on that drain there. That'll basically train the car all the way down here, mind the wall on the left. Really cut the AstroTurf there on the right. Albertini missing that one. And then up towards the banking on those curves on the right. Don't get too much on it. It's about perfect there for Albertini on the left hand side. Get on the grass, the car will spin. And in this corner it looks so innocent, but trust me, it is a real biter, as is this one. So tempting to get on the gas early, but you will end up in that gravel if you do. So much AstroTurf to run out on there if you're just a little bit later on the gas. Albertini with 138.7, which is about Reynolds' time, so that's the kind of pace that Reynolds is on. Albertini currently 3 tenths ahead of that. Where is Reynolds? Let's go and have a look at Ben. Just coming to the stadium section to finish his lap. Currently quickest of his times so far. You can see he's a second down the leaders, but that's no disgrace. See how quick those guys are. So Reynolds is going to come through now. Best time so far 138.7. This is going to be a 138.2. So that takes him above Albertini, takes him up to 14th place. Getting the most out of that suspension. But that's fine, he's put his time in, so he can bring that to a stop. Back to the pits. Let's go and look at David Dorr. 1.3 down, so David's not going to challenge his best time, as you can see how easy these cars are to lose. That corner there looks so innocent. But David just... did he? Or is that the race room playing us up? That might be race room giving us a bit of a side swipe. So David actually not as bad as we might have thought there. But the point's still valid. These cars are notoriously hard to drive. Even if race room does give you the boot. So let's go on board with David and see if he can improve on his time. Currently his best is a 1:37.1. About a second behind Kasperink. Really get out onto those cones there, even clip that grass on the corner, take it round onto that curve, drift out onto the curve on the left, out onto this curve on the right, take as much speed through this corner as you possible, let it drift out there if you can, get it straight, good line there from David, just eased off on the corner there, just didn't want to drift wide there, spinning car there, not an Albertini I think. Off through there, really bite that inside curve if you can, don't go too wide, the gravel will pull you in, tight into that curve but not too tight, good, drift out wide again, and then even I'm holding my breath as he drives, so that's a great line there through that last corner of sub curve. That's a decent time from David Dorr. Unfortunately, only just slower than his best. His best at 1:37.105. That was a 1:37.114. So 9/1000 slower than his best lap. So that's about where David is. What else have we got out there at the moment? Should we give Ethan some TV time? He doesn't get much, does he? Hero of the commentary team. Saves me on numerous occasions. Having his little play today. He plays in this one. I play in the GT3s. Just so you know, that's coming up on Sunday from Misano. So don't be scared to join us for that one on Sunday. No commentary, but you don't really need it because it's a great watch on ACC. Ethan down towards Mercedes. It's a decent lap here from Ethan. Catching all the right corners. Should we go on board with him? See him struggling. See the cracked windscreen. Come on, Ethan. Bite the apex, man. That's it on the right there. Right, that apex. Can we hit that one? Good man. Look at that. That's the line. Drift out, carry the speed. No, too much. Get on there, that's it. Go on, keep your power down, man. Good lad. Unfortunately, I think when he cut that curb, it's just invalidated his lap, unfortunately. And there you go, that's more like Ethan's driving. Let's see if we can make Simon Fielding crash. We're pretty good at that. See, it's quickest sector so far in sector 2. Yeah, for a decent time here, Simon. Currently down in 11th place. Second and a half off the pace, so this might just put him back into the mix. Simon pretty quick in these cars. Just problem with the consistency, to be fair, most of them have. They're really quick guys. And where did that time go? Almost the end of qualifying. You can see Kasperink currently in pole. He's in the pits, as is Manojlovic rather, on a 1:36.6. Kohonen just behind Manojlovic on a 1:36.67. He's still out on track. No, he's not. He's back in the pits. In fact, they're all in the pits now, so they've all finished qualifying. So, Kasprink, Manojlovic, Kohonen, Pavlicek, Arella, Dorr. Cassell we didn't really look at much today. Binnersley, Guerra, Metcalf in 10th, Fillingham 11th, Alex Zapp 12th. The two Britons, Jim and Clive, in 13 and 14. And the others. So they've got a minute now to sort their cars out for the start of the race. As I say, it's all pretty much set up for them already. They'll have all those settings built in and dialed in. And when all the cars drop onto the grid, the lights will turn red. And it's only about 5 seconds or so until they turn not red. We're just missing... There we go, is that it? One car near the back there, I think, on the right train. Just ahead of Keeley, I think. That's the left train full. Just that one at the back there. Come on. Always gets me. There we go. Worrying me for nothing. So let's go on board with Arella at the start. 5th position. And they're off. Kasprink leads them away. Manojlovic could start there from Kohonen in 3rd, just in front. He's ahead of Manojlovic coming to the first corner. Kasprink through. Terrible camera angle, that race room. Thank you for that. Kasprink through from Kohonen, Manojlovic, Pavlicek and Arella. Let's go back with Arella. That's Pavlicek on his side there. That's the line. You can't really go around the outside there. You'll just get hung out to dry. So you'll sweep up towards the little cut through. So pretty clean so far for all of them. No mistakes, that's all good. Turn 1 notoriously difficult here at Hockenheim to get 23 cars through, but they've all managed it. Fair play to them. Kasprink leads, Kohonen, Manojlovic, Pavlicek, Arella, Dorr, Cassell, Binnersley, Britton, Jim, Greg Metcalf rounds out your top 10. Further back in the field, Fillingham, Guerra, Clive Britton, Carlos Guerra. Just dropped a few places there, looks like. That Cassell we've got one. Who's dropping down the field? It's David Dorr. In fact, oh God, all happening at the back there. Him low in over one car, up to 13th. Good start from him. The trouble what happened in the back half of the lap. Binnersley though, up to 7th. That's Cassell in front of him. You can see already. First 5 pretty much spread out. Kasprink, Kohonen, Manojlovic, Pavlicek and Arella. It's illegal out there, but they shouldn't get a penalty too much on race room. They're quite good at things like that. Can't do it in qualifying, the lap will be invalidated, but during the race you're okay. So you can see ahead in the distance, Kasprink disappearing off. Kohonen, Manojlovic, Pavlicek and Arella all within about half a second of each other. Gap back to Arella, Cassell, and then Binnersley here. Keep it tight. Yep, drifted out wide. Good driving from Rick. Cassell also taking those corners very well there. So Rick just sliding unfortunately there, as does Cassell. Tyres still cold, so they're still struggling with these cars. Cassell runs wide over there onto the drag strip, brings it back. You can see just how much of a jump that drain gives them. And jolt. Attempting to get on the gas there. Rick just refrains himself. You can see behind him Jim Britton. Some good results in the last few races, Jim. Good driving. Down the come, that's Cassell in the Toshiba car. Behind him, Binnersley, Britton, Metcalf, Fillingham, Clive Britton, and then a gap back to Carlos Guerra. In the AM Championship, you can see Albertini there in 15th, Ben Reynolds down in 19th, so that'll give Albertini the lead into the last race. So if it carries on like that, they'll be fighting for a while. Jim Britton up on the outside there of Binnersley, gets it done. So that's Jim Britton up to 7th now. Let's just go and have a look at the Kohonen, Manojlovic, Pavlicek battle. Those three duking it out. That's Kohonen, Manojlovic just behind him. Pavlicek just keeping a watching brief on the two of them. And how Tom's feeling, not having Ralph behind him. Although Ralph's not far, he's just keeping him in shot. And that gap back in the background, you can see to Cassell and the Britain. So Manojlovic sliding it through there as they come into the stadium, into the Sats curve. Tight on the bank in there for Kohonen, same for Manojlovic and Pavlicek. Through sub-curve they go, stay off that sausage, good driving well, three of them. And to start finish straight they go, so Kasprink's through there, you can see Kohonen, Manojlovic, Pavlicek, the gap between Kasprink and Kohonen over line 2.6 seconds. So Manojlovic is getting held up here, not by much. Obviously Kohonen's got a lot of pace. You can see though, just defending that inside line into turn 2, which is possibly the only overtaking spot on this track, but one of the most could be contentious overtaking spots as they go into turn 2. This is the other one coming through here. Just got to make sure you get it right on the brakes to get it through, and as you come round, get the power. You see there, Manojlovic just grabbing the power too early there. Back end, not wanting to talk to the front end. It's just given to Tom Kohonen a little bit of a gap. So this is Kohonen's rear view. Looking at Manojlovic, Pavlicek, just looking at the inside of Manojlovic there. You can see Arella just in the background in the purple car, just keeping a watching brief over these three. But without the hairpin on this shorter circuit, you really have lost one of the main overtaking points, so getting past people is going to be quite difficult. Everyone taking liberties at turn 1. Just going back in the field, Fillingham, Metcalfe and Clive Britton as they come through turn 1. Fillingham in the Thiel car there on the left hand side. They come up towards turn 2. That's the line you want into turn 2. Dive down there. Metcalfe just having a look around the outside, but he's going to get cut his nose. Yeah, there you go. Fillingham just cuts his nose off. This is the view from Clive Britton, just sat behind those two. That's speculative from Craig, to say the least. Going to lose some time there, get some dirt on his tyres. Clive Britton up the inside of him there. That's exactly the line you want. Craig will find it difficult to stay with him round there. That's Clive up to 10th, Fillingham up to 9th. Let's go back and have a look from Greg's point of view. Drops down the gears as he comes through there. Going over 1. Really impressive way they've got the stadium section around here. Like I said, 20-30 years old now, but still impressive. To go to the TV cam going through turn 1 because it's just terrible. They've set the cameras up, so we'll stay on board. Front Kasprink's link now. Kasprink's lead now up to 4 seconds. Kohonen, Manojlovic and Pavlicek, sorry, all close together. In fact, Milanovic really close together with Kohonen. Milanovic going for a look around the outside. Just having a little nibble there at Tom's rear bumper. Tom's had that virtually all series from the likes of Arella, Pavlicek, Cassell, Jim Britton even. So he's used to that, not putting him off in any way. Kasprink through down the bottom there. Lead now 5 seconds. And that's going to tie the championship up for Kasprink, I think. Kohonen second, Milanovic third. When you're throwing that car around, and Tom being a little bit more precise. Instant down the back. Who's that? It's not Ben Reynolds, that's for sure. I'm not sure who it was. Looked like a purple car, but both of those are in the race. David Dawn still crawling around at the back, 21st position. Ben in 17th, Albertini. The guy is challenging further up the straight there in 13th, so they can still see each other. And that will be close in race 2 if they can keep this together for the remaining 15 minutes of this one. Let's go back to the Kohonen, Milanovic, Pavlicek and Arella battle. It is now 4-way. From Arella to Cassell's 1.5 seconds, so these four got a bit of a gap to squabble over before they start falling back into the clutches of the likes of Cassell, Britton and Bindersley. Peter Hindle looks like he's had an instant near the back of the field. He's just dropped back behind David Dawn now. Milanovic there taking a very green line there through the last part of Sud curve. There we go. So that's spread them out a little bit now. 6/10 between all four of them. Like per car, not obviously all four of them. They would be sandwiched together if that was the case. Arella obviously missing his team, well, should have been his teammate, but isn't. He's used to sat right on Kohonen's bumper. He's obviously not got that opportunity here, so we're certainly looking these guys out the way to get into that lovely position between the curve of Kohonen's bumper. Come on, Ralph. So Kasprink needs 6.5 seconds now. Kohonen, Milanovic, Pavlicek, Arella. That's the four you're looking at here. Gap back to Cassell, Britton, Bindersley, Fillingham and Metcalf. Metcalf and Clive Britton and Fillingham are all having that same battle. They are. Simon up front. Greg just behind him, and Clive swapping places again with Greg. Got past him once. Going to try and get past him again. Let's go on board with Clive. Struggle to get those cars turned through that final corner. Nice through there. Plenty of pace from both of them. Filling away up front though. Further up the field though, Britton and Bindersley are at each other. Let's kind of look at that battle. Benazzi past Britain. Let's go on board with Jim. Very late on the brakes there to try that one. Takes a little bit of grass on the insides, giving that line out. Benazzi though, perfect line for him. Inside there for Jim, unfortunately. It's just slowed him down slightly. Rick to get away a little bit here. Rick's late on the brakes there though. It just seems every lap's a different drive for these guys, these cars. Benazzi slides very wide up onto the top of the bank in there. That's not ideal. There's no grip up there at all. That's giving Jim the opportunity to get right behind him now. This needs to be perfect from Rick, otherwise Jim is going to swallow him up down the start-finish straight. Almost perfect from both of them. Down towards turn 1 we go. Could literally be a car crash through here, but it's not. Both of them driving very well. Benazzi takes all the exit on the outside there. So frustrating when you get that right and somebody runs wide and still stays ahead of you there. Go back to Hockenheim to have the check already. You can see Manojlovic is through on Hockenheim there. And away. We missed that one. Sorry about that one, guys. That must have been a battle between Hockenheim and Manojlovic. The way Manojlovic is away. I know he was slightly quicker than Hockenheim, but not that much quicker. 7 seconds to chase down Kasparink. Whether he'll do that or not, I don't think, but that's Ethan Kearley. They're just coming through at the back. It's just trying to get past him. Kearley lets him through as they're coming to Circle. Don't go up there, Ethan. Just to make it round. That's difficult driving up there, let me tell you. That's going to hold Hockenheim up now. Fair play, Ethan runs wide up there, gets caught in the gravel. Unfortunately, when you're at the back, that's just what you keep having to do, is move out of the way and get even further behind. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. So away they go. Kasparink already well through. That's Manojlovic there, just going out your screen. Hockenheim, Pavlicek and Arella. Let's go back to Britain and Benazzi battle that we were watching before. Jim can just sneak this up the inside. Rick needs to protect the inside here, which he's doing. Jim has that around the outside. Really needs to hang it on as long as he can here, just to make sure he gets his nose in. He does. Rick doesn't give him a lot of room there, but that's going to push him wide. And I think Jim's placed that absolutely perfectly. And side by side, Rick's got the inside line coming in here. That's going to really compromise his turning. Jim around the outside. As he leans on him. Good driving from those two. Can Jim just keep it there on the inside? He can. Hard on the brakes. Gets it done. Great driving there for half a lap from Jim Britton. Good driving from Rick as well. Just 1% behind Britton. As a turf really pushed the boundaries of track limits there. Let's go back with Benazzi now, see if he can pull it back on Jim. Side by side as they go into the stadium. Benazzi doesn't want to be up on that dirty bit up there. You think the banking would help you overtake, but it doesn't. It's just so dirty up on the top side. No one goes there, and there's just no grip at all. So through they come to complete. Lap 11, on to lap 12 they go. Just 7 minutes to go. Kasparink away, 10 seconds ahead of Manojlovic. He's got a second on Hockenheim in third. Pavlicek and Arella we saw battling. Cassell, Jim, Rick, you're watching those two here. Fillingham's just behind this battle with Greg Metcalf. Jim runs it very wide there. Well, it's going to give Rick the same opportunity that Jim had in the last round, but not quite the same. Rick tucking in behind him. doesn't get the chance to go out the inside here. Just going to have to follow him through the little cut through. Oh, Jim runs wide. Is Rick going to... I thought he would. I thought that would happen. Just run a little bit on the inside curb there, and that took him out, unfortunately. So the baton's handed on to Simon Fillingham now. Jim getting very wide out of there, really upsetting the car as he came off the drain. Cohen, Pavlicek and Arella still all close together. I'll just keep an eye on that this time, so don't miss that happening. But this is probably the closest battle currently down the field. Britton, Fillingham, Metcalf. Clive Britton has made his way up to 10th behind these. Billingsley recovered into 11th. Fillingham just looking around the inside here of Sudko. Can he get that through? If he can, he's got the ideal fall into turn one. Though Jim's just got enough ahead of him, he has. Through one they go. Fillingham takes it well, as does Britton. Metcalf just keeping on these two. Fillingham up the inside. Greg just needs to hang it out there. He does. Make sure he gets the line through that. He does. That should give him better drive as they come up towards the little slit. Fillingham just leaving the car there though. He's got to get this stopped. And he does. Leans on Britton. Britton's going to have to go around the outside again to make sure he gets the inside of Mercedes. We saw him late on the brakes here against Billingsley. Does the same thing. Fillingham tries to cut back. Not enough juice there. And that's going to be Britton away down the short straight here. That's better. And all three of them. Let's have a look at it from Metcalf's point of view. Fillingham, is he going to get it through there? He might, you know. We'll get the inside to the next corner. Which will give him the outside for Sudko. Has he got the grip? Oh, not quite. That'll give him a turn back in. And they'll go down towards turn one again, almost side by side. Fillingham get, I think, a bit of better drive there. But not quite, unless you're right up there at turn one, you're not going to make it. It's going to be a plane crash, so up and go again. Britton, Fillingham, Metcalf. Better this time from Britton. Protects that line. Now Fillingham's again round the outside there. If he can hold that line and keep it off the curb, he'll have the inside for the little cut through. And he is. Some pace there, Fillingham. This should be his now. Lean on Jim as they go around there, and he does, pushes Jim nice and wide there, doesn't allow Britton the cut back. Good driving from Fillingham. And that's Simon up to 7th position from Jim, and now Greg wants to go, although Jim's not had enough of this yet, he wants it back. Sorry to stick with this battle, but you've got to say, it's pretty good. Let's go again from Greg's car as we go through the stadium section. Metcalf, Britton and Fillingham. Britton has a look. Thinks better of it, which is the right thing to do. Both of them again taking advantage of all that tarmac out there in AstroTurf. Conan's right on the tail of Manojlovic again with Pavlicek. Carrera following the two of them through, although a bit further down the road now, Ralph. If it gets closer than this, we'll jump to that battle as well. Kasprick now 11 seconds away and they're gone. This is Britton out, looking down the inside this time of Fillingham. He's going to lean on Fillingham this time. We're going to give Fillingham a piece of his own medicine through there, but Simon says, no, thank you. That's mine, as is this corner here, thank you. Placing that car absolutely perfectly. Nowhere Jim can put his to put Simon under pressure. Good driving from these two. Greg just waiting for them to make a mistake, but into the last minute of the race now. Fillingham hanging it around the outside. That's not the best line to be in there, as we've seen. Just keep it there though. He's going to make Jim go around the outside, which obviously he doesn't want to do. He's going to try to cut back the same thing he tried on Fillingham earlier, and it's worked. So Jim back up to 7th now from Fillingham and Metcalf. These three having a right old ding-dong. But Kasprink, you can see him there just coming through the cut through. That's how far ahead he is. Come around to complete his final lap, but Fillingham's up on the inside there of Metcalf. Of Britton. So Fillingham gets the place back. Greg must be sitting there thinking, how are these two not taking each other off yet? This should be my 7th place, but great driving from the two of them. However, just in front of these though, I'm loath to get away from this battle, but I'm going to have to. That's Milovic, Kohonen and Pavlicek going through the final sector. Oh, Kohonen just getting out of shape. That's Pavlicek's chance. Can he get it around the outside? No, he can't. Kasprink's going to come home though to take the win and the championship. Great drive from Mikael Kasprink. That's his. That's the whole Porsche championship to him. Milovic, Kohonen, Pavlicek. RRLeagues just behind these three as well. Great driving from those three. And further back, the battle between Fillingham and Britton continues. Greg's given up on it. He doesn't want to get mixed up in those two, but Fillingham looks like he's going to come home. Is he? Is he? He is. He's going to come in 7th place, just ahead of Jim Britton. Good driving from those two. Great driving from those two, actually. Greg Metcalf there in 9th. Clive Britton just behind him in 10th. Benazir, who was part of that battle until he just lost it, coming through the cut through at 11th. Guerra struggling today, normally a bit higher up the field there, but he's in 12th. Albertini takes the lead in the AM Championship with 13th there. Barker 14th. Ben Reynolds down in 15th. Wickland, in fact, I'll just put them neck. In fact, that will actually put them level on points, Reynolds and Binnesley. So whoever wins the next race out of those two takes the AM Championship. Wicklander down in 16th. Dor recovering to 17th after his earlier catastrophes. Kierpenstein 18th, Ned O'Villy down in 19th, Peter Hindle 20th, and last to finish, Lecken, Keeley and Alex Zapp, retired. But hats off to this man, Mikael Kasprink. Over the last 4 or 5 rounds we've been watching him, he's just been absolutely amazing. A bit of a wrecking ball sometimes, but he's taken it on the chin, dealt with it all. And just let his driving do the talking, and that has secured him the Porsche Cup. Congratulations to Mikael, having a bit of fun coming in. He's got plenty of groupies waiting for him, no doubt. You'd think they'd all be cheering for him there, wouldn't you? But no one there to see him in pit lane. That's a bit of a shame. But Kasprink takes the first race here at Hockenheim and the championship. Milovic 2nd, Kohonen 3rd, Pavlicek 4th. Those three battling out pretty much all race. RRLeagues 5th, always just off the tail of those top 4 rather. Cassell had his race on his own. Fillingham, Metcalf, and Jim Britton we saw having that titanic struggle. I didn't see who was in 12th. Was it Albertini? It's like, oh, no. I'm going to have to wait till it runs out, aren't I? Meant to look. Albertine was 13th, I think, wasn't he? Which was a shame. If he managed to get up to 12th, well, I'll say a shame. Would have been a shame for Ben Reynolds. Carlos Guerra. Wow. Okay, this should be interesting then. We know how difficult Carlos is to get past. This is Kasprink's view. Looks like Arena got a bit of a poor start there. Swallowed up by Cahonen and Manojlovic. Through turn one they go. Guerra looks like he's got through ahead. Kasprink already, I say already, he's up to 11th. But Guerra's through. Leads them down towards turn 2. Cuts over to the apex here, which is the perfect line to do. Britton, Clive, Britton, Jim, second and third. In fact, yeah, second and third, that's right. Billesy fourth, Metcalf fifth, Cassell, Fillingham, Pavlicek, Manojlovic, Kasprink, all within a cigarette paper of each other. As they go down to the cut through, Cassell, Jim Britton defend on the inside. The Cassell runs wide. That's going to give Clive the chance to get through. Is that Manojlovic there? I think that was, you know. It was. Manojlovic slides out wide at the cut through, and he's now currently running around almost in last position. They're just making it really tight there for Jim Britton on the apex. So as they come down, Clive Britton now, a little bit of clear air between him and Guerra. Billsley and Jim Britton go wheel to wheel through there. Billsley comes back and just pushes Rick back wide again. Thank you very much. Remember, these cars still on very cold tyres. It'll take a lap or two to get them up to some sort of temperature. But that's the view from the leader. Clive Britton away. Guerra, Britton, Billsley, Metcalf, Fillingham, Pavlicek, and then the remainder of them all, you can see there. Billsley, Metcalf and Jim Britton at it again. They are going to be shattered after this. But Clive's away, that's Guerra in second, and then those gaggle of cars there, literally 4 wide, coming down. It's a rear view from Billsley's car. That's Metcalf on the inside of him there. Jim Britton just behind him in that Maxcom car, with Fillingham behind them. Going on there. So Clive Britton away, Carlos Guerra through as well. Then you've got Billsley, Metcalf, Fillingham, Britton, Pavlicek, Kasprink, Cahonen and Albertini up to 10th, trying to cement that AM Championship earlier. This is a view from Cahonen's car. Currently lying in 9th position, with World War III taking place ahead of him. Kasprink now just running very wide, in fact. He's going to have to give that up. Kasprink, championship in the bag, thinks he can do what he likes, and he can. That pushes him down to, where are we, 12th position. And he still keeps going back, 14th now, so you just see how much shite he must have got in his tyres there. I hope that's not a problem for Kasprink again. Looks like he's having a few issues there. We see a bit of a mistake in the background there from, looks like, is that Wicklander? I think it was. Arella finds himself right at the back there as well, but it looks like Kasprink's car has given up the ghost. Wow, mechanical failure on the last race, with this championship just sealed. Either that or the catch jumped on his lap, one of the two, but that's Kasprink struggling at the back. Meanwhile, back up front, we've still got these guys. Billsley, Metcalf, Fillingham and Jim Britton. So go on board with Jim. Seems to be in the battle all race in race 1. And nothing's changed in race 2. Still sees Fillingham either in his rear view mirror or right ahead of him. This time though, Metcalf's ahead of these guys with Fillingham. Sorry, with Rick Binnersley ahead. Oh, wide for Jim. Excuse me. Wide for Jim there. Almost gave Pavlicek just behind the chance to get through. That's what it looks like from behind. That's Pavlicek and Hockenheim. So any mistake from Jim likely to get swallowed up as they come through. Clive Britton leads over the line from Guerra. Binnersley, Metcalf, Fillingham. Jim Britt right up his backside. Followed by Pavlicek and Hockenheim. A bit of a gap then back to Albertini. Ben Reynolds in 10th. Two of them ducking it out for the AM Championship. That's the Diodora car you can see and the yellow car in the background. Those two fighting over that championship. These 5 or 6. In fact, Binnersley's just got away a bit here. So he's got about a second or so on Metcalf. And it looks like the outside of Metcalf through here. Oh, how has he missed everybody there? Jim Britton. If that car still drives straight, I'll be surprised. Big mistake from Jim there. That's put him back to 8th. Porsche looking very bent up. But how he managed to miss anybody going through there is a miracle. You can see that car really struggling for grip, so I should imagine he's got some suspension damage there after ploughing sideways into the wall. No airbags on these cars, they felt that, let me tell you. So there's Metcalf in 4th, Binnersley about 2 seconds ahead of him. Guerra 3 seconds ahead of him, and Clive Britton away. Looking for that final win of the championship. There's Fillingham's view of Metcalf's car. Oh, look at that. Has he got a run here? He might have done. This is going to be interesting into turn 2. Fillingham on Greg Metcalf. Has he got it done? Greg's going to keep it there around the outside of 3. Fillingham pushes as much as he can, leaves him room though. Good sporting driving from both of them there. Fillingham ahead, coming up literally side by side. We've seen if you can hang it around the outside here, you've got a good chance of keeping it on the... Oh. Just got a bit tight there between Fillingham and Metcalf. Fillingham's through. Metcalf, Hockenheim, Pavlicek, Jim after that horrific slide. And then behind them you can see Pavlicek. Sorry, Albertini behind Britt, my apologies. In fact, let's go and have a look at the AM contenders. This is Ben Reynolds. That's Albertini ahead of him, who's fighting for the championship with. I'm not sure if Ben's done the sums or if Savolks has done the sums either. I'm guessing they won't have had a chance to really look at it, but they'll know the two of them are head to head for this. The only person in contention really was Nedo Villi. He's down in 21st and not really a contender. It's just these two duking it out for the other championship, still wide open between them. Let's carry a bit more speed there through one. Oh, David Dorr making his way through the field. Ben giving him the room there, hoping that he's going to take that fight to Albertini. Doesn't really want a car between the two of them. He wants to keep with Albertini as much as possible. As we go into the stadium section, let's have a keep a look at the battle for third. Binnersley, Fillingham behind him, Metcalf, Hockenheim and Pavlicek. Jim's car managing to keep with them after that crash. So not too much damage done. You can see out there in front Clive Britton just wide there through through Sachs curve. He'd lost a little bit of time there, I think. It currently leads by 4 seconds over Carlos Guerra. Clive just needs to keep it together for this, for his first win of the championship. So Clive leads over the line from Guerra, and then it's the battle for Billingsley and everybody else. There's a view from Jim's bashed up car. That's Pavlicek in front of him. Cahonen in front of him. Tight there from Simon into turn 2. Greg follows him through. Cahonen looking all over the back of Metcalf, trying to get away through there. Pavlicek staying with Cahonen, just trying to follow him through. Cahonen's going up around the outside. On the inside. Just keep the car there, Tom. He can't. Greg gets drive out of there and will keep the position. In the field, that's Albertini. David Dorr desperately trying to get past him, and Ben Reynolds praying that David Dorr gets past him as well. That's the rear of Albertini's car. Dorr pushed as much as he dare. Look at that, right on the back bumper of Albertini. Out through Sud curve they go. Albertini just runs wide, just knocks David Dorr's front bumper there, not intentionally, that was just coming off the sausage. Here's the look from Dorr's car, Albertini. Again runs wide. Savok's desperately trying to keep Dorr between him and his championship rival Ben Reynolds. Dorr's going to look on the outside here, Albertini. Can find the grip and keep it there. The position's his, and it is. So that's Dorr through on Albertini. But while that was happening, unfortunately for Reynolds, Manojlovic is climbing his way through the field as well. Oh, look, Savox wants to take that position back from Dorr. I wonder if he's just a bit more sensible and just leaving that one to it. Thank you. Oh no! Dorr just wide out of there, loses it on the exit as you saw Binnersley doing the first race. Just get on the power too quickly. The track, not much grip there at all, and slides out. So that's Dorr back down in 13th. Let's go back to Albertini though. So in all of that, Manojlovic got through, and now Reynolds is looking at Albertini again. Savox just runs it a little bit wide there, pulls it back in time though, gets good drive actually out of there. That's a great bit of driving there. I want to see a good line that, to run it really wide on Saxon and bring it right down again. He's gained about half a second there on Reynolds. Just giving himself a bit of breathing space up ahead. Look at this lot. Guerra's come back to him now. That's Rick Binnersley right behind him. Finningham just dodges out to look have it inside. Oh, gives Binnersley a bit of a nudge. That's going to cause all manner of mayhem behind. Cahonen loses it on the corner there. That's pushed him back down to 8th, but more so a gap to Britain. He's now finding himself on the inside and coming up to the cut through. Metcalf, that is, he's going to get the better of. That Porsche looking very battered, but still driving like a champ. Britain up to 6th, Pavlicek 5th, Finningham 4th. Binnersley now finds himself in 3rd. Guerra and Britain 6.5 seconds up the road. So there's Albertini again. He's now got Michael Gaspari climbing his way through the field. Blimey. They're getting it full on today, having just got rid of David Dorr. He's going to be coming through again. Kasprink through. Cahonen through. And now Albertini and Reynolds are back at it again. So that's Cahonen and Kasprink battling over 10th and 9th. Albertini goes through 11th, Reynolds through in 12th. In fact, looks like Cahonen's got an issue there. He's pulled right in. Looks like an issue for Finningham. Yep, Finningham's gone wide there at turn 1. That's him compromised now for the rest of the race, unfortunately. So Simon goes back down to 14th. Albertini climbed his way up to 8th. Ben Reynolds in 9th. The front 5 or 6 after all that shenanigans pretty much spread out now. These two is where it's at. Neck and neck on points in the championship. Neck and neck here, 10 minutes to go. This is going to seal it. Looks like Ben just missed a gear coming out of there then. That's going to push him wide. Gets back onto the track. Just a couple of tenths there on Albertini. Good line though through there. You've seen Albertini run wide there last time. Doesn't do it this time, so that was obviously an error last time, but gave him great pace. And just backing off there to make sure he didn't go into the rear of Albertini. Nice driver from the turn. Albertini goes wide. That's Reynolds' chance to get through, and he's through. Albertini though back on it. Oh no, not turn 1, please. Fair play. Sabok's just easing out of that one. Reynolds was just hoping he was going to brake a bit later to try and block the turn. Didn't though. And the two of them just live to fight another day. Reynolds runs wide through 2. Albertini a bit more circumspect through there. Both giving a certain amount of push up straight. Still just 3 tenths between them. You can see the gap. Not just the battle for 8, this is the battle for the AM Championship. Reynolds runs very wide there. He's going to cut it back on Albertini. Oh! I swallowed my own tongue there. Fair play to Albertini not taking them, 2 of them out there. Both of them having to give a little bit here just to make sure they carry this to the end. Oh, Reynolds on the gravel, that's not good. Albertini senses his chance and he's through. Where does that leave Reynolds? He's come out of that not too bad actually. But he's now got Pavlicek and Dorr between him and Albertini. Albertini will want to keep David Dorr behind him as much as possible. Dorr looking though, he's got 6 minutes to keep these two behind him and make sure that that championship goes his way. Up front, Britain now 9 seconds ahead of Guerra. Bindley challenging Guerra for second. Albertini here though, 8. Dorr looking around the outside through 3. Follow Albertini up for the cut through. Just going back to the front, Jim Britton in 4th, 3 seconds behind Britton. Behind Bindley. Metcalf's with Britton, battling over 4th. And a gap back to Manojlovic, Kasprink, and Albertini runs wide there. Dorr's going to look down the outside of Mercedes. Albertini's going to keep him there though. And that'll give Dorr the inside here for the next one. Albertini lets him go. It's just 1 car between the 2 of them now. But it's close racing. Must be nervous for all 4 of these guys. So Albertini 9th, Pavlicek behind him in 10th. Probably not aware of the championship implications that's going on further down the field. And Reynolds sitting tight behind Pavlicek, trying to follow him through. Five minutes to go. Albertini in 9th, Pavlicek 10th, and Ben Reynolds 11th. Albertini and Reynolds are two fighting for the championship. Behind them, looks like Cassell went very wide there through the last turn. Turn 1, good from Albertini, good from Pavlicek. Reynolds followed them through. One more corner gone. George just putting a bit of a gap now at Albertini, but we've seen David make that mistake coming out of the cut through now. It's not what you want to see as you come around the corner as a car going sideways. Might be what Albertini sees as he comes through here now. David, though, a lot more circumspect this time round, keeps it straight and good. Let's watch it from Ben Reynolds' perspective. You can see the championship just 4 minutes away, but 2 seconds up the road. Just get ahead of those two Diodora cars. These are on team radio. Someone was just saying to Pavlicek, just stay there, please. Pavlicek playing the Barrichello role. So about what, 1, 2, 3 more laps maybe? Depends where Clive Britton is up the road. I think it'll be 3 more laps. Just have a look at Billingsley and Guerra. This is the battle for second. Billingsley very careful through there as well after his mistake in race 1, sorry. But we know how difficult Carlos Guerra is to pass. Only Clive Britton's managed it so far this race. Just get a bit screwy through there. Billingsley smells second place. Guerra early on the brakes there, that makes Billingsley check up. To go down towards Sachs curve. Billingsley tight on the apex, but so is Guerra. Every line you can want, Guerra's there. The two guys that have been fighting all season, Manojlovic and Kasprink, still going. This time only for 6th position after their two. I don't know, like Kasprink had some sort of mechanical issue again, like he had in the last race at Knutstorm. After that little incident he had, he ran wide. That was a wheel issue or a pedal issue, but something obviously happened there. Looks like Billingsley's having a look on Guerra. Billingsley's round the outside, Guerra up the inside. The two of them are going to chase each other up the straight. Billingsley just pushing him wide there. A car width, don't know, it's gone now anyway. Up they go. Guerra's ahead though as they come to it. Billingsley switches to the inside. Guerra not protect. Oh, bang! Guerra's just got to hold it there though. Billingsley pushes it wide, doesn't give Guerra the chance. Guerra's going to try the late break into Mercedes. Billingsley though has the line to carry more speed through there. That's Billingsley up to second now. A bit of door banging, but it's the last race. Cars are going to the scrappies after this, so who cares? Billingsley to second, Guerra third, Britton in fourth, Metcalfe in fifth, but behind all that, Albertini is away from Pavlicek and Ben Reynolds behind. You can see there the gap now about 2 seconds. That's Albertini through there, that's Pavlicek, and that's Reynolds behind him. Where is Clive Britton on track? We're going to get another lap. He's through turn 1, so this will be the final lap. Let's go back with Ben Reynolds. In fact, let's not. Let's go with Jim. Let's go with Jim pushing Carlos Guerra for third. That podium champagne. Jim seems to like the taste of it. Let's see if he can manage to dispatch Guerra. We'll see now about a second ahead of Guerra or so. Now keep an eye on the Albertini Ben Reynolds battle. Still close there, but Pavlicek still stays between the two of them. Just keeping his a bit back now. Come down into the stadium section. Clive Britton's already through though. He's going to come over, but this is Britton running outside of Guerra. Nothing happening there. But Clive Britton's going to cross the line for his first and only win of the championship. That finishes off the Porsche Cup. Congratulations, Clive. Good drive from you. Bennett is going to come home in second with Guerra, Britton, Metcalf, Kasparink and Manojlovic all in close company. Britton second. Who's going to get... Oh, that's a close one. I think Guerra's just got it from Jim Britton. Metcalf, Kasparink, Manojlovic, Dorr. And here's Albertini. Looks like Sabox is going to win the AM Championship. Albertini comes through for 9th. Pavlicek 10th and Ben Reynolds 11th. Now, fortunately, I haven't got any live scoring going on, but I think that gives Albertini that AM Championship lot. We'll just wait for confirmation there. Further back through the field, Zapp, Fillingham, Colin Barker, Gerasimos Cassell, Arella, Hindle, Wicklander, Lecken, Villi, and right at the back is Mikhail Kerpenstein. Having a bit of fun there at the end of the race. He was lapped and already finished, so a few donuts going on. As the guys finish off these, park them up and get ready for the next series. Been an absolutely fantastic watch. I hope you've enjoyed it along with us. Clive, so sensible. None of that's kidding about. Let's get this car back. He's going to park this up in the garage, put a bow on it, let me tell you. So well played, Clive. Benessy second, Guerra third. There's the podium for you. And now Raceham starts doing this disconnect stuff. It's always good to watch. Radek still trying his best to create an Audi symbol. Or is it Olympics? I can't really work out from here. A good racing for all the guys. Like I said, hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't watched the other races, jump back on the playlist, the Porsche Cup playlist. All races 1 to 6, well, all rounds 1 to 6.